This is going to be my very first time being able to show you a house in the downtown area. It's never happened. I've only shown people down by the beach in Pueblo de Panay, but I met with a gentleman named Alan. He's an American Air Force vet who is down here building and renovating a house here in the downtown core of Roxas City. And he's got a little tour here. Now, is this all yours too? Really? Oh, this is quite the nice little garden. It's like a Japanese garden. By the way, everybody, this is Alan.
Oh. My future father-in-law is a botanist, or was a botanist. And he decorated all of this.
Fantastic. So this is all a big major construction project for you right now because you're building a pool.
House.
A house?
Yes.
Why did I think you were building a pool? Oh, I know somebody else is building a pool. That's right, that's right. That's another video to come. So, like, this almost looks like he had almost like he had remote control cars, you know, but it's a footpath.
That would work.
Yeah, except for the steps.
Yeah.
You know, like a train set, but you have cars.
Yep.
Yeah, it's quite cute.
He's got a cathedral over here.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, keeps him busy.
Now he's in California.
He's in California?
Living with his daughter and landscaping her property.
Wow, okay. What part of the U.S. are you from?
That's a good question.
Well, when you're in the Air Force, it could be everywhere.
I was in the military for 24 years.
24 years in the military,
I was
okay.
all over the place. I grew up in North Carolina.
Let's move away from the barking dogs, and then people can hear better. The little dogs, they're always loud. So, as you can see, this is the major construction project. Look at all the scaffolding everywhere here. Bamboo scaffolding, because welcome to the Philippines. And you even have a sorry here. Hello! Nice to see you.
He was wanting a Mountain Dew.
Okay.
So they have a sorry here, so a little extra income. What does it bring in roughly, you think?
Oh, I have no idea.
No idea. Pocket money.
Not enough to...
Be worth doing?
In my opinion, it's not worth doing.
It ties you down for nothing.
It gives her something to do. So
all right,
she
fair
wants something to do. So...
Thank you. All right, well, I got myself a Mountain Dew. So this is a concrete pour going on here?
Yeah. And I'm not sure where they're putting it, but right now they got all the beams ready to go for the second floor. Or sort of ready.
I see what you're seeing, yeah, okay. So that right now they're doing all the rebar for the beams.
Right.
I see them all being tied.
It's up pretty high because these are going to be 3.5 meter walls. I wanted high ceilings in case we're stuck inside during a typhoon. I don't want to feel like I'm in a cave or something.
No, that's right, but still feel strong.
Yeah, and it's going to be a small house to begin with because this is all the property we have. But it's going to be 3 floors.
3 floors, okay.
The top floor will just be a terrace, a covered terrace.
Do you know how many square meters your living space will be? No?
I think it's around 700 per floor.
700 per floor, so 2,100 square feet?
No, that
meters.
can't be right.
Oh no, it'd be meters, right? Because look how long back it goes.
Yeah. It's about 16 feet across and about 40 feet deep.
All right. Yeah, I don't know, about 6 months ago or something like that, you sent me this photo when it was just grass. And that's what I got to see originally. And this is where he's at now. Now I've never seen this amount of scaffolding like this. Usually they do one section at a time.
Yeah, I mean, I tried taking a video last night and it was kind of hard because the scaffolding
It's like a maze.
takes up the whole place.
It sure does. They must have a plan for that though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at least we know it's not going anywhere, even if the winds get really high right now.
This is going to be our porch right here, and where you see that first bunch of kind of right where that beam or right where that column is the front of the house.
I see.
And
Column on each side.
and then a bedroom will stick out over the top of it. And we had to do it that way because of the firewall requirements.
Okay.
We weren't able to bring the house out this far.
Now, how do you feel about having the bedroom so close to the traffic noise?
Well, that's going to be the guest bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Ours will be on the back.
All right, and the river's back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not a bad spot at all.
Right.
If the rain holds off, I could get the drone up, and then we can really get an idea how close you are.
Yeah. Once they get the terrace up and I'm able to walk up there, I hope I'm going to be able to see the ocean from here.
Wow,
But
that
I
would be
don't
great.
know. We'll see.
Guess we will find out. We just have to ask the guys who are already climbing up to the top if they can see it.
Yeah.
So, how long does a project like this take?
6 months.
6 months, okay. And this is 1 month now?
Yeah, we're right at 1 month yesterday.
All right.
So
And how long did it take for the rest of the process prior to building, from the time you decided to build and then permits, so on and so forth?
well, it took quite a while because I wasn't here. I was spending more time in the States than I was here. So I spent almost a year designing it.
Right.
And then then we had to find a contractor, and then I had to get with the architect and make sure my design will fit codes.
Sure.
So we had to make a few.
And now a lot of people don't realize the code here in Philippines is actually quite high. It far exceeds in many cases many parts of the United States.
Especially fire.
Yeah.
Firewalls. And because this is the property line, and there's a house right there, we had to put a firewall on both sides, so we will have no windows or doors on the sides.
Right.
Just the front and the back.
Front and the back only.
Which is another reason I wanted a high ceiling.
Yeah.
So
Really make it feel like it's brighter and bigger. And so you're 5 months away from being finished here.
yeah.
And what do you think the total construction cost is going to be when you're all done?
It's probably going to be about 85,000.
85,000 US dollars. All right, very good.
Yeah, I sold a little farm in Arkansas, and I'm using the proceeds from that to build this house.
All right. And are you done with the US now? Is the plan, this is it?
Yeah, I don't. Considering the flight time, especially.
Yeah, sick of the 25-hour flights.
Yeah, and the fact that I'm 71 years old, I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So, and of course it helps to have Facebook where I can keep track of my kids and grandkids and great-grandkids. So.
Yeah. Well, how big's your family here?
My future wife's family?
Yeah, sure. Well, that'll be your family soon, right?
Yeah. Well, she's got 2 sisters that live in Merced, California, and her parents live there also with one of the sisters. And then she's got another sister that lives on the back side of the compound over here with her 2 daughters, her girlfriend, and then her brother, her little brother, lives in the old house here. And this old house will probably be torn down in the next year or 2.
Right.
That'll be up to the other kids in the family.
Yeah, for them to deal with.
Oh, and then she has a brother that's lives in London.
Oh, okay.
Who's a nurse there.
So what's the plan, though, for this house when it's finished? Just you and your wife? Future
Well,
wife?
her son.
Okay.
So.
All right. And the grandchildren going to visit? Because I see number 1 grandpa over here.
I hope so.
Yeah, you never know. It's a long flight for them, too.
But this right here, underneath here, is our old apartment where we live now.
Oh, wow.
In fact, you can see it, but you can see where they bricked up the old door.
Oh, okay. The red?
Between the red.
Yeah, I don't think the camera's going to be able to pick that up, but yeah.
Yeah. So that used to be our front door. Now our front door goes into the kitchen of the house, of the old house, which is kind of odd, but anyway, it's a tiny apartment with a very low ceiling, and I will be really glad to move out of it.
To be out of that, for sure.
I hit my head twice today, just trying to move around.
Yeah. How long have you known Ann? When did you meet her? How did you meet her?
Well, we met online probably a year and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
So we knew each other almost a year before I even made the first trip here.
Right.
So,
And you hit it off right away once you got here.
oh yeah.
Obviously, like here you are, a year and a half later, month into building a house. And so it's gone really well though, right? For you? Did you have to date others first or anything like that?
No.
Or is she like the first one you met and that's it?
No, I was very specific when I started looking. I didn't want anybody that lived in a big city,
Yep.
especially not Manila.
No.
And I specified that I didn't want somebody that was younger than 50.
Right.
So, which a lot of the women online just ignore that. But, you know, they don't.
Wait, how old is she?
She, just this last 2 weeks ago, she turned 59.
No kidding. She does
Yeah.
not look at it at all.
No,
Wow.
she looks like she's around 40 to me.
Yeah, or late 30s. Wow, incredible.
You should see her son. He's getting up close to 30, and he looks like a teenager.
Wow. Well, not a lot of people have beards out here, that's for sure. So I can see that. I can see that. We are getting a nice little storm, I can tell. It's coming anytime now. Rain is upon us now, but you were just telling me about the height. It seems from the drone here that the height's going to be at the blue tarp, but no.
Oh no. No, that would be about the floor of the terrace. Just the third
the roof
floor.
of the. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So but you said you're going to be another 2 floors above where the tarp is now.
Oh, I don't remember where the tarp is. I'm just remembering where the.
Well, the tarp is at the height of this house.
Oh yeah, that's just a little higher than the first floor
Right.
of my new house.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So you're going to
Yeah.
tower over the other houses around you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we got a steel roof above us, so it's going to get extremely loud down. It'd make it difficult to hear, but we'll let this rain pass. Just stopped. All right. So, Alan, what kind of advice would you give somebody looking to build here in a city-type atmosphere? Because it's going to be different no matter where you are. But here in Roxas City, like, what was it like for getting permits and inspections, things like that?
Well, we lucked out because our contractor seems to have an in with the city.
Nice.
So
Well, if they do enough, they're going to know.
normally it takes about a month to get a permit, but he was able to get it much quicker.
Very nice.
The biggest problem we had was the land, because it belongs to Ann's father, but he's in the United States,
Oh, okay.
and we had to go through all this stuff to get permission to build the house and show it to the city, but at the same time she didn't want it in her name because then her ex-husband could come along and claim half of it.
Right. So you want to keep it in the father's name for now.
Yeah, so she just needed permission from him.
Right.
That was real hard to get without him being.
Now, I'm
So-
sure there's going to be viewers out there. They're going to say, "Are you crazy, man? You're spending all this money. It's not even in your future wife's name. It's in your future the husband or the father, sorry, of your future wife."
Well, the house is in our name.
Okay.
It's just that the land is not ours yet.
Right. Right.
But they
You're
are
not concerned.
coming. They are coming. It looks like they are coming to visit in October. And while they're here, they will probably do the paperwork to go ahead and split this compound up into 6
Right.
for each of the kids.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, and I think just too many people are jaded, you know, and so they just assume everybody's scamming everybody and everybody's going to get ripped off, and you hear that a lot if you look at the online commenters. But yeah, I meet so many people here that have good long-term relationships with their Filipinos, no issues whatsoever like that. And sure, everything is possible, and there are people that rip off, and I'm sure there's plenty of people in the West going to be talking about their ex-wife in a way that wouldn't be too nice either, and how they lost everything to their ex-wife. So it's not like it's a Philippines thing or anything like that. you know, if you have a good relationship, and how old are you now?
71.
Right, and so you're just living your best life, really. You're like, I don't care, right? Right? You've lived enough of your life. Now it's time to relax. Live the life the way you want. Any future hobbies plans you want to have?
I understand that we're getting all this bamboo.
Okay.
Since we paid for it, it'll be left here.
Wow.
So I'm wanting to cut that up into pieces that I can make lamps from. And
Really?
I want to get it like a Dremel tool and just make one lamp at a time.
Well, that sounds
And
great.
then we're going to reduce Ann's store down to a little tiny store, and I'm hoping to hang those over my vehicle beside her store, and she can sell them.
All right.
But I want to do custom lamps and just play around with it.
All right. So I think the Beaver is going to need a custom lamp. I think you got your first customer already. Better get that Dremel going. All right. That sounds cool. So you've never done this before? Have you done woodworking before?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot.
But not with bamboo yet.
No.
Okay. Something new. See?
Not with bamboo. And,
Well-
and then also fairly recently I bought some electronic music equipment, and I'm trying to teach myself how to make music.
Really?
And it helps that I was a broadcast engineer, because I understand how all the equipment
Right.
works. It's just the music part of it, you know,
Sure.
is new to me.
That's great. That's a great hobby. You know, there's a rule in life, and that is if you don't have purpose, you'll die. Right? You need a purpose in life. You know, especially if you're going to retire, right? Like that's the hard part that people don't realize. You retire, if you don't have a purpose, you're not giving yourself a reason to live. But if you have a purpose, you can live forever. Obviously not forever, but you know what I mean. And so that's awesome. You have some great ideas to give yourself something to do every day, because otherwise you just get bored.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But your wife will keep it going anyway. Yeah?
She's asking me, well, what am I going to do if I close my store? I said, you can teach me the longo,
Hey!
you know.
That didn't
So-
excite her too much?
No.
No. No. You know, my girl says the same thing. Like, I'll be like, you need to learn, she'll say, you need to learn a longo. You need to learn a longo. Great, teach me a longo. Not now. Not now. So, but like your father-in-law here, future father-in-law, you know, he has his own hobby, right?
Oh yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah, I like that. Gotta have purpose in life, my friend. All right, well, thank you for this little tour here. Looking forward to seeing when this house is done in like 5 months from now. Your big towering, so it's gonna be a couple stories taller than that one you were saying. So it's gonna be quite tall.
It's going to be higher than the rebar.
Oh, okay,
There.
so higher than the rebar now.
Yes.
All right, another floor up basically.
Yeah, I think that rebar is going to probably be the bottom of the terrace,
Right.
and then they'll add a brick
Trim.
balcony
Okay.
all the way around it.
Wow. So you're gonna have a great,
And then
great balcony up there.
Yeah, and they'll be adding a roof.
Where's your
Oh, yeah.
workshop gonna go for your lamps?
Probably right there on the front porch.
All right.
Ann's going to have a shrunk down store, and I'll probably put it right behind that.
Nice.
So,
Is only a Dremel you're gonna need, or are you gonna need some other things too? No table saw or anything?
no, probably just a Dremel.
All right. Dremel and a handsaw.
Design it with a pencil and then cut it away.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, I think it sounds amazing. All right, I'm gonna get out of here before it starts to rain again. I caught a break. Allow me to drive my bike out of here.
yeah,
Nice to see you, Alan, and I hope to see you again at the Beaver soon.
okay.
And thank you, Alan, for your perspective. And I think a lot of people enjoy hearing about other people's stories and what they've gone through and where they're at now. All right, thank you, Alan.
Yep.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again.